of today's first question. We'd like to recognize Ms. Moras.
Hi, good morning po, Chair Abante, Chair Fernandez. Sir, I understand may mga statement na rin po tayo kahapon denying the statements of Grijaldo. Pero just to be clear, para mas maipaliwanag lang po sa ating mga kababayan, so may nangyari nga po bang private meeting about dun sa statement nga with Grijaldo? And ano po kaya yung reason, kung meron man, na bakit siya kailangang ipatawag in private, si Grijaldo po?
Dahil mahaba yung sinabi pa ako na malabante. Unang-una talagang there was a incident na talagang pinatawag namin siya. Pero not on our own volition. Because it was Colonel Garma, as what I'm saying sa mga interview sa akin, that asked na kausapin si Colonel Grijaldo. Kasi si Colonel Grijaldo, according to Colonel Garma, is a friend of her. So, sabi namin, tama-tama, andun si Colonel Grijaldo, so tawagin na natin. So, it was at the back of the Quadcom. So, nang kinausap namin siya, sabi ko nga kay Chairman Abante, kausapin natin kasi nga kaibigan daw, siya makakapag-confirm ng mga affidavit na ginawa niya doon sa supplemental. So, what we did was, yung lawyer, sinabi namin na pumunta para in the spirit of transparency kasi mahirap naman na kami lang. Kasi we always see to it na dapat talagang merong kasama. As a matter of fact, yun din ang sinabi ko sa media that prior to the Quadcom hearing, nagkausap kami ni Colonel Garma. And I asked the permission of the chairman to be with me. And he accompanied me para at least transparent talaga yung usapan. Unfortunately, yung sinasabi niyang coercion and harassment, it never happened. Talagang wala namang coercion na nangyari. And ako, natatandaan ko kasi merong isang tao na naandun sa loob pa eh. Aside from the two witnesses na at the two lawyers ni Garma, si chairman, saka ako, and then somebody, kilala ko sa mukha, hindi ko lang matandaan kung sino na staff yon. So, we were discussing yung I think it was number 17 na sinabi ko, ito, sabi ni Garma, mako-confirm mo daw yung sa reward system. Naku, wala po kaming alam dyan. Wala po akong alam dyan. So, pinoint ko pa yung iba, yung 1999. Tama yung sinasabi niya. Pero yung kinuers namin siya at hinaras namin siya, kasi ang coercion talagang gagamitan mo ng threat eh. Gagamitan mo siya ng force eh. Kung ginamitan natin siya ng force during that time, di ba? There was still a lot of time for him to react eh. No? Unfortunately, hindi niya yung ginawa. At the same time, we cannot do that. Alam mo, it's so unethical for the two of us not telling yung sa mga chairman like si Ace, si Chairman Acop, saka si Congressman Paduano about do sa isyong yon. Kung pipilitin namin siyang magsalita, and it will be against sa ating procedure na to bet first yung mga magsasalita para at least sigurado tayo. So yun yung tunay na nangyari. But of course, meron din ako sinasabi na issue na yung reason kung bakit niya ginawa yon. Well, yun yung aking analysis dun sa pangyayari. Bakit nila ginagawa to against us? Well, unang-una, demolition yun. Pangalawa, it's an attack against me and, against you. And most likely, they really wanted to discredit the whole of the Quadcom. And it's quite unfair, no, to all of the members of the Quadcom, especially the chairman. What happened nang invite namin with our own volition na to talk to Colonel Grijaldo because it was asked by Colonel Garma. And sa amin, yun ang nakita kong naging repercussion ng ginawa namin. But of course, in every betting that we are doing, we always see to it that there are people around.
Opo, sorry, follow up lang sir dun sa sinabi ngo yung nakikita nyo itong ay demolition. Ano rin po yung masasabi nyo na paulit-ulit sinabi ni former President Duterte na subornation of perjury at sabi nga niya maghahain pa siya ng kaso against about this against you po sir. Ano pong masasabi niyo ron at bakit po ba nung meeting wala ring abogado mismo kasi ang nasabi niyo po ang may abogado si Garma but po walang abogado si Grijaldo?
Kasi betting process pa lamang yun eh. Alam mo sa Kongreso, kinakausap muna namin and then kapag nalaman namin na pwede nating i-validate yung mga sinasabi niya, then the lawyers will come out. So, that time, wala namang lawyer na dala si Grijaldo during that time Ang may lawyer doon is si Garma. And that's the reason why we asked na kung pwede yung dalawang lawyer pumunta doon para at least transparent yung usapan. Now, kung nagsabi siya na, yes sir, kinocontrol ko po yan, alam ko po yung reward system. And then, bring your lawyer. Yun ang namin, yun ang sistema ng procedure namin sa betting Kasi otherwise, kung una pala may co-coerce na namin siya. Alam namin, babalikan kami niyan. We're not like that. And you have to remember that we have a lot of evidences already. As a matter of fact, yung ating pong sinasabi natin na corroborative, na-corroborate na Actually, hindi naman kay Colonel Garma nagsimula yan Doon sa dalawang PDL na kinorroborate ni Jimmy Fortaleza, kinorroborate ni Warden Padilla. Saka lamang dumating si Colonel Garma. Saka lang dumating si Commissioner Leonardo. So now, sinasabi ni Garma na ito, meron pang isang kaibigan ako na magko-corroborate doon sa mga sinabi ko. Well, actually, kahit wala siya, hindi nga siya pinag-uusapan namin. Kaya nagulat ako nang nandun lang siya, nagsasalita siya against us. Well, script nila yun Bahala sila doon. Well, panindigan niya kung ano magiging repercussion sa kanya. Dahil nga, we will not take that sitting down. Of course, yung kanyang affidavit na kinores, hinaras, and under oath siya, mabigat yun. And now we will do something. And this will be collective. I mean, not me, not him, but the whole of the Quadcom. Because the integrity of the Quadcom is at stake here. And we have done nothing wrong.
Sir, sorry, yung sa statement lang po ni former President Duterte about subornation of perjury, ano pong masasabi nyo doon na he even said na magpa-file siya ng case about this?
Well, ako, carry on. We will take action on that. Kung magpa-file sila sa amin, then yun ang mga repercussion of the things that we are doing for the Quadcom and for the Filipino people. And if this is the way that we need to act on certain things that happen, then we will confront the issue.
Next questions from Tina Pangaliban Perez of GMA7.
Sir, clarification lang. Sinabi niyo, script nila yon. Kanino po?
Kung nag-affidavit siya doon, tapos, well, actually, sa totoo lang, kaya ako nasabing script yan. Alam niyo kung bakit? Kasi nga, during the time of our investigation, yung kay Colonel Andulan, yung sa issue ng namatay si Cesar Perez, na kung saan si Colonel Andulan, siyang humuli kay Councilor Norbin Tamisin ng Los Baños, Laguna. And I am very particular of that issue. And then suddenly, yung CCTV lumabas. Nakita natin na wala naman si Norbin Tamisin doon. And sniper yung tumira kay Mayor Cesar Perez. Si Colonel Andulan from Batangas, siyang humuli kay Norbin Tamisin. So, when I was asking the Colonel Andulan about ano yung relationship mo kay Gerald Bato, sinabi niya na na-assign siya doon sa PNPA. At sa PNPA, during that time, yung anak ni Gerald Bato was in school, first year as plebo. So, yun ang sinabi ko, yun ang relasyon mo. And then suddenly, yung issue. Binanata na niya ako, and ako, nag-simmer down ako noon. Hindi naman ako masyado sumagot. Sabi ko kasi, hindi naman ako, kasi siya nga yung nag-mention ng babysitter, nagbe-babysit daw yung anak ko, ganon. Pero yung anak niya, hindi niya hayaan mag-babysit. And of course, ako, nasaktan ako doon. Kaya sabi ko, wala akong mini-mention na nagbe-babysit yung anak mo. I don't want to demean the position of the men in uniform. But sa kanya mismo, sabi ko, wag sanang ganon. Tapos hindi na ako masyadong sumagot doon. Sabi ko, pag nagkausap kami ni General Bato, magkakausap kami ng maayos. But unfortunately, ito yung lumabas. Diba? Si Grijaldo lumabas doon, may affidavit. Hindi naman siya yung pinag-uusapan natin dito sa Quadcom. Then suddenly, siya yung naging focal person doon sa kanila. So, I think there is a correlation about this.
Sir, clarification po ulit. Are you saying it's a script of Colonel Grijaldo and Senator Bato?
Yes, parang yun ang kanilang ano, yun ang kanilang narration sa mga pangyayari dito. At dinala nila sa Senado si Grijaldo. Sabi nga ng isang press sa akin kanina, sino ba yung Grijaldo? Sabi ko, yan yung kaibigan ni Garma na isinama niya dun sa meeting namin na kung saan nabago na yung narration ni Colonel Garma nang dumating si Colonel Grijaldo. And that I think we have to investigate why si Colonel Grijaldo na dumating sa meeting namin with Chairman Ace Barbers, hindi na niya na-reveal yung katotohanan. And then yun na nga, doon na nag-boils down yun, imbisigahan na namin si Chairman Garma, si GM Garma.
Opo. Sir, sabi po ninyo, the Quadcom will not take this sitting down. May legal action po ba kayong binabalak? And kung meron po, sino po yung kakasuhan nyo and ano pong kaso?
So we haven't talked about it yet, no? But ako, sa akin, kami ni Chairman, actually ngayon lang kami nagkita ni Chairman Abante. But of course, parang hindi naman tama kung we will take this sitting down, no? We need to ferret out the deeper reason why this happened, that somebody will take his oath doon sa Senado and telling lies against the Quadcom. Hindi naman ako lamang ang tinira dito, but the whole of the committee. And it is incumbent upon the leadership of the Quadcom and the House as well to take action on this. Because I think he is under preventive suspension. If I'm not mistaken, because involved siya dun sa pagkamatay ni Barayuga, he is under preventive suspension. Kung he is under preventive suspension, somehow you can relate that he's doing this because yun na nga, trying to get even with us. So sana wag sa ganun. Wag sa ganun pamamaraan. We are all well, I believe that we are in the democratic way of our government, and okay lang yan. Basta harapin na lang namin yan kung ano mangyayari. And we will talk about it.
Opo. Sir, babasahin ko lang po yung patanong ng office, although this was already mentioned kanina by Kong Abante. Ano ang mga gagawin sa mga pinagsasabi ni former President Duterte? Ano ang